Hi everyone. So I'm doing something a little different in this video. If you're watching it on the day that it's being released, I'm here with you in the chat comments. I'm watching it as you're watching it in real time. And I'm doing this because today is the official launch day of my new book, Sweep, Scrub, Poop: How to Transform Mindless Tasks into Mindful Moments. So I hope that title of the book grabs your attention. And what I wanted to express in the book is that all that mental real estate space that we have throughout the day are opportunities to shift our thinking just a little bit. And that is the formula for how we can change our life experience. I have personally done this. I think you know my story of being so down in the darkness and despair and feeling worthless and having no confidence and didn't trust my own senses or intuition. I needed external validation. I didn't like risk. I didn't like change. I believed in the concept of forever. And I was kind of buying into a lot of societal scripts, I guess, and that's where a lot of I should do this, I should do that, I should have, this type of living situation, I should have this type of job, should have this type of income. And by changing my thoughts, I was able to completely overhaul my life and live my life on my terms. Well, I'm not going to make the whole video about asking you to buy my book. We are going to the convention center again at the Atlapa Convention Center for the food fest that was there. And this was featuring Asian food. And I found out where you can actually get information on events that are going on, because as odd as it sounds, the convention center doesn't have a list on their website of the events that are happening. Two sources to find out about events are Pana Tickets and Ticket Plus Panama. Those two actually have really decent listings on events that are happening around the city. And I saw a Facebook post that somebody had mentioned there was a digital magazine, but I think you have to have a paid subscription to that. Let me continue telling you about how the book launch today will work. At different points in this video, I'm going to ask you to go to the Amazon link and buy the book. And I'll be right back to tell you why this is important. I'm going to let you in on a little secret of Amazon, being a self-publisher on Amazon and becoming #1 or a bestseller. It all has to do with category selection, which then if people buy the book on a given day, even if only 10 people buy the book, that book can rise to the rank of being a bestseller or being #1, because maybe in that category on that day, in that moment, nobody else has, 10 sales. So I've done this only with the free version. On KDP, which is the publishing platform that I use for Amazon, you can participate in programs where you offer your book for free. And I've gotten to #1 that way multiple times, but I have not yet earned the coveted Amazon bestseller decal. They actually will give you a decal for your book. So right now, if you can go to the link on the Amazon link, I'm going to be putting it in the comments and in the description and all over the place and asking you in the comments, go to the link and buy the book. It's $6.99. I think that's a fair price for the value of the book if you're interested in learning how to shift your thinking. Maybe you notice that you are in fear and doubt and worry. Well, this book can help you shift out of that. Or maybe you're stuck in a loop of anticipating, into the future, things that, haven't happened and may never happen. This book can help you with that. Maybe you're thinking about moving to Panama. This book can help you with that too, because it's all in the mind. So at another point in the video, I'm going to read a little excerpt from the book. Thank you for making the purchase. I can't wait to reach that bestseller status because of your support. So I think I'll start with my note to the reader, hopefully you. I used to be someone who took other people's opinions of me as the truth about me. I used to let fear and insecurity stop me from pursuing my interests and dreams. I used to look externally for guidance instead of looking within and trusting my own internal wisdom. I was afraid of change. I believed in the fallacy of forever. I attached too much sentimental meaning onto belongings and my home. I learned that I had bought into a collective dream that really wasn't mine. I learned not to give power to other people's opinions. I learned life is short and the time is now to live my life on my terms. I now embrace change and am excited by it. I now understand the impermanence of life, that nothing lasts forever. The way I was able to do any of those things was by claiming authority of my mind. And this is my hope for you, that something within this digital transmission from my thoughts to your mind may connect and make sense. And most importantly, that you will take action and have a positive result. And there's a quote from Bruce Lee. We should devote ourselves to being self-sufficient and must not depend on the external ratings by others for our happiness. So the book is only in digital format right now. I don't think there'll be a print version. And if you don't have a Kindle, there's a Kindle app you can download for free. So let me know in the comments if you bought the book. I'm just going to share a little passage about deprogramming the amygdala. It's the part of the brain that is related to the stress response, which most of us kind of live in that activated state. So, steps to deprogram the amygdala. The overactive amygdala skews our thoughts toward the negative in order to keep us safe and protected. To simplify, think of the brain as a massive filing system. Oh, I just spotted a typo. It stores everything we've experienced in our lives. Guess where all our past fears are stored? Deep in the brain's vast array of files stored in various locations. From the spider that disappeared under the bed to roller coasters and the year 2020, it's all stored and retrieved in fractions of a second when we encounter a new experience. Much like Big Brother, our brain is always watching. It scans the surroundings for potential threats and even creates them. That's its job. But we can desensitize the overactive amygdala by doing a few simple practices and techniques I'll highlight below. I recommend doing these first before continuing on with the exercises in this book if you have a tendency toward feeling anxious or if you overthink. The anxious mind cannot become an open receptor to synchronize with the voice of the heart. It's too busy projecting into the future. The amygdala tells us we don't measure up, we're not doing as well in life as we should, and that we are disappointments to our parents, our children, colleagues, and even to ourselves. In my experience with coaching and talking with a lot of people, I think that most people are very, very hard on themselves. We can be our own worst enemy. So if you are someone who's too hard on yourself, you can use this book to be kinder toward yourself. Become your own best friend. So obviously you have to get the book and read it to find the parts on deprogramming or deactivating the amygdala. I'm going to continue reading a little bit. On one hand, we have the hard wiring of our brain and the unconscious mind running its programs to keep us safe. On the other hand, we have this beautiful gift of conscious awareness. We are in charge of our conscious thoughts. This is what holds the power for us to make positive changes in our lives. That deserves being repeated. We are in charge of our conscious thoughts. This is what holds the power for us to make positive changes in our lives. Once we take charge of our thoughts, the unconscious mind starts to adapt to our new way of seeing the world. That's not to say the amygdala won't put up a struggle, but we can acknowledge any resistance that arises. In order to make change, all the parts of ourselves need to be on board. The part who is logical and thinks you're crazy for wanting to start a goat farm needs to listen to the part who loves animals and wants to dive into an adventure. The part who is the hippie and wants to couch surf needs to understand the needs of the responsible part who thinks about finances and logistics. One of the best ways to determine the answer for a decision you're pondering is to ask yourself which choice holds the opportunity for the most personal growth. Skipping down a few pages, here's another little excerpt. To become aware of your thoughts, I'd like to suggest the concept of becoming an observer of your thoughts. One part of your conscious mind is listening to this material, but our mind is actually made up of many minds. There's another part of your mind, if I just ask you to observe yourself reading or listening to this material, you will notice a slight shift in your mind's eye, that indeed you've now become aware of yourself doing something. And there's another part of your mind that is thinking about what you're doing later today, the email you need to send, or maybe still trying to remember where is that missing set of keys. The formula for bringing change into our lives is this: thought plus feeling plus believing plus action equals results. You can make changes in your life by taking action first, and sometimes that is the best way to kickstart our journey into overhauling our mental landscape. But here I focus on the mindless tasks you're already doing that give you an opportunity to make good use of that mental real estate. Okay, I know you want to get to the part about, well, how am I going to do this with the things I'm already doing? So I'll read this excerpt from a morning routine. Coffee, tea, or smoothie? If this is part of your morning routine, why not imbue your morning beverage of choice with some potent, affirming thoughts of how you want your day to go? As you grind the beans, steep the tea, or press carrots through the juicer, pick a theme you want to select for your day. By theme, I mean an overall tone to your day. Here are some examples: patience, kindness, confidence, love, curiosity, positive expectation, playfulness, humility, generosity, determination, reasonable, appreciative. As you prepare your beverage, keep in mind this one quality that you will practice in every and all situations, and it will be the overall guiding theme for all your thoughts and actions. Start by having that attitude while you're making your coffee, tea, or smoothie. Make the beverage in the manner you'd like to carry with you throughout your day. If you've decided to experience more patience in your day, you can start by being patient with yourself. No need to rush through the start to your day. You can do everything in the right time because you've made the decision to be patient today. You may find more acceptance for the slow unfolding of the day's events. So enjoy the preparation of your coffee. Take in the aroma of the beans. Notice the shiny surface of the beans. Think about the country where they came from. Take a moment to watch the light cream swirl into the dark liquid. Be present for the flavor of the first sip. Give yourself time to taste the nuanced flavors and not just swig back the smoothie in a hurried rush. If the dog is taking too long to do its business, instead of feeling frustrated, be patient while all unfolds, so to speak. In fact, your pooping dog has a lesson for you. Understand that the time it takes others to process their shit may be different than your expectation. Some are super efficient. Some get really messy and need help. If you have a pet, I don't have to go into those graphic details. Next week's video is going to be another property tour here in El Valle. It's a really beautiful property that would be perfect for a small retreat center. And if you haven't seen my videos on my house renovation, I would definitely recommend going back and taking a look at those, because that was a huge project and it'll give you an idea of how renovation goes here in Panama. I just want to give you a huge thank you if you're buying the book, letting me know in the comments. I really, really appreciate it. This has been kind of a dream that I felt was maybe a little unattainable to get that bestseller status. And I know it shouldn't be important, but it kind of is important to me. So thank you very, very much. Let's jump ahead to brushing teeth, flossing, cleansing the palate, and freshening the breath of our words. Did a recent interaction leave a bad taste in your mouth? Use this time to dissolve the residue from that experience. Don't let it harden into plaque and affect you more deeply. Think of the concept of fresh breath. It's pleasant, maybe minty, cool, and breezy. Our thoughts and beliefs can be refreshed in the exact same way we slosh mouthwash around in our mouths. Are there some old, stale thoughts you'd like to spit out and wash down the drain? As you toggle your way between your teeth with the floss, what deeper work might be necessary in order for you to remove the small impediments to more authentic communication? Before speaking to others and to yourself, put your words through 3 gates. The first, is it true? The second, is it kind? And the third, is it necessary? The book is filled with practical tips on things that you're doing anyway, all day, every day, from cleaning, prepping food, walking the dog, to pooping. So I hope you enjoy the book. Leave a review and let me know. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I won't actually know if the launch to get that book to a bestseller status worked until maybe a couple hours from now, because Amazon updates it like every hour or so on the categories. But I will be glued to my computer to keep an eye out for it. Anyway, this is kind of fun doing this premiere where it's not really a live, but I'm live in the comments and the chat. After that disastrous live that I did a couple years ago, I haven't had the courage to do one again, but I'm sure one of these days I will. So thank you so much for supporting the book launch effort, and I will see you next week. Have a great week, and let me know if you have any questions about Panama or anything else that I might be able to help with. All right, ciao for now.